Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the Still Donut Collective. My name is Jelle, and with me today I have Connor.
Hello there.
And Bob.
Hey, this is my current intro line.
It is indeed, and we're back with JD's Girl by KS Vamp Girl. Chapter 2. It's here. We'll find out what happens with Onyx Omen Savor Sympathy. Such a good name.
And it's 100% serious.
Yeah.
Someone actually wrote that.
And thought, that's good.
Yeah. And then got the last name wrong.
Yeah.
Symphony.
Yeah.
Well, anyways, Chapter 2, Getting to Know You. Author's note. I don't own Heathers. I only own Omen and others that don't sound familiar.
Weird way of putting it.
Haven't seen the movie? You must own everybody.
I guess KS Vamp Girl is not one of Omen's friends because she didn't call her Savor.
Yeah. That's her other middle name.
Yeah.
Why call her Onyx?
Call her by her first name.
Freaking name.
At least back in chapter 1, when in the POV switch, it was like Onyx's POV. So that's
right,
something.
One person calls her by her first name, and one person calls her by her last name, but everybody else supposedly calls her by her second middle name, and now you're calling her by her first middle name.
Well, in this new Batman story I was writing, I really wanted to explore more of Billy's psychology. Oh, sorry, that's Batman's middle name.
Yeah.
That's Bruce Wayne's middle name.
Bruce
I call him
Billy Wayne, yeah.
Bruce Billy Wayne.
I call him Billy. Warning. This chapter contains cutting and swearing. Little children run away.
Little children, why did you even get close?
Yeah.
Getting to know you. JD's Pav.
After she ran from the room, never once looking back, I knew I was going to help her understand her reasons behind things. She was going to be my red lady.
Wow, that's the worst mansplaining I've ever seen. You're gonna help her understand her reasons behind She's not gonna help you understand her reasons. You're gonna help her understand her reasons behind things.
This is like the epitome of mansplaining right
Jesus!
there. No, what I think you meant was...
Yeah. Hold on, girl. Let me explain to you how you feel.
Yeah, exactly.
What's wrong with you?
Don't do that, you asshole.
I know that you're crying because your father is dead and you're getting bullied at school and blah, blah, blah. And it's like...
And it's rude.
I knew I was going to help her understand her reasons behind things. Doesn't even sound like you know what things you're talking about.
I'll do it on the fly.
And is this what it means to be someone's red lady? Is that what that means? I've never heard that phrase before.
Maybe it's a thing in the movie?
Maybe. Or maybe it's like one of those Letterman jacket things and I just never heard the phrase.
I'm also not familiar with this, so...
If it was from the movie, then, that's weird. It's not from anything else, but again, I haven't seen the movie, so maybe it is.
Yeah, maybe all the Heathers fans out there are like, you fools!
Well, in that case, all I can say is my sincerest apologies.
Yeah.
Turning, I sneered mockingly at the group of girls and the two jocks that's...
See, grammar cutting.
What the fuck was going to happen there?
They cut the end of that sentence.
What happened?
Little children run away. This is a bad example of what the English language is like.
I think it means little children run away. This is...
So, this is before he gets up and follows her. She's running away. Yeah. He's at the table, sneering at the Heathers and the jocks that have shown up now.
Mm-hmm.
This is the part... he's sneering and then he runs over to her where they kiss. Right? Yeah. That's what happened in the last chapter. But that's a little confusing, but regardless of the fact, who turns and sneers at a group of people before going to comfort someone? Sneering is not the right reaction.
No, the right reaction, if you're willing, if you
it's
want
like
to go
maybe
comfort,
a withering look, or like
Like a glare?
Glare, or you look at them and you go, fuck you. And then you go help the person you're supposed to be trying to help understand her reasons behind things.
Yeah. So, at the end of the last chapter, Onyx is Pav as she gets bullied and runs away. Then it goes to JD's Pav when that happens, his reaction and what he does. And then it backs up
like
to his minutes, Pav again before,
it backs
in the 10
up
seconds
2 minutes
before he gets up and goes.
Yeah.
What the fuck? Oh.
Are we
actually talking? Speaking of that, that will get a little bit worse in two paragraphs.
Yeah. Okay.
She fled quickly, and I followed. Did I already said that?
No.
Well,
you said that last
pasted from the last.
There we go. This is fuck. I was just talking about that, and I fall for it myself. What's wrong with me?
No, they didn't forget because they copy pasted. It's word for word the same.
Yeah, just listen. Just listen. I'll just get through it real quick.
Yeah.
She fled quickly, and I followed her quickly and quietly, slipping into the closest and pulling her towards me to hug her comfortingly, which to my major surprise she returned.
Same fucking misspelling.
Didn't even, you got a second chance and you just didn't fix anything.
Yeah, nope. I mean, it's like 3 strikes and you're out. You got all 3 strikes. You're like, let me get a do-over on that 3rd strike, and you still struck out.
Yeah, you got 4th strikes.
Strikes. I'm sorry. I'm not supposed to make any sports references. I'm not a sport.
Right.
You're not a sports ball.
That's how you play golf. There, done.
Good job.
Did change one thing. Now Onyx's line is in bold. I don't care if you think it's disgusting.
I placed my mouth over hers quickly, showing her that I didn't care what the other students thought of her. To me, she was absolutely perfect for me.
And
that's your 4th fucking strike.
Fuck me.
It's 40 love and you're down on the first third.
I'm not even gonna try to make a sports ball reference myself.
Yeah, the umpire's trying to call you out, and you're just
throwing
swinging
down a
away.
Yellow card and a red card and a green card.
Yeah.
Coincidentally, the green card is a circle.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh.
All right, well, Omen's Pav.
Omen's Pav.
Hold on. Do you remember how we rewound at the beginning of this chapter?
Yeah.
I think we should rewind again.
What?
They blew it for me, I thought unhappily as I sat in the janitor's closet.
Oh my
Stop
God.
doing this!
Pulling the blade out of my bag and dragging it across the skin on my forearm, gasping at the hot blood that started to seep from the cut. Before I could pull my sleeve down, the door opened, revealing a tall, dark-haired, black-eyed young...
God damn it!
You were 1 word away. You stopped 1 word too early.
There's even a fucking period at the end.
Dude, kid, fella,
I can't do this. I've got to hit the period now.
Swag
I know
Lord.
I'm 1 word away.
Any of those would have been fine. I mean, not fine, but they would have made the sentence complete.
There would have been a word there. There would have been a full sentence, but now you're just 1 word short. Hey, don't do that.
Which he didn't do before. Okay, so she's in the closet, but now new shit is happening.
Hold on. She was outside the closet. She ran off. He comforts her. Rewind. She's outside. She runs into the closet. He follows her and comforts her. Rewind. She runs into the closet. Now she's cutting herself. He says this, and guess what? Next up, he's gonna comfort her.
But
we'll find out.
I see. Okay, yeah, let's just get there. He said sharply, grabbing a large roll of paper towels that had sat on the shelf beside me and coming to sit beside me, helping to clean my arm off as much as possible. When he was finished, his gaze never left mine as he asked questions about my life.
Okay.
And then...
Oh no.
All this happens for the first time in this repeated scene, but now... I don't care if you think it's disgusting.
No.
He placed his mouth over mine quickly, showing me that he didn't care what the other students thought of me.
You
That's
couldn't
the
even think of
third
another
time.
way to fucking phrase it? You just change the pronouns and call it good?
Yep.
Well, at least we don't get like a to me he was absolutely perfect for me.
I guess.
No, actually that would have been to him
I was absolutely perfect for him.
Yeah, yes.
And also,
but still, I want to draw this out. Like, chapter 1, she runs off, backs up to what he does. This chapter backs up further, repeats on his side, backs up to her side, where something new happens.
New events for both of them.
New event in both of them. And now we are back to where...
Can we finally progress? Can we actually finally progress here? Because we haven't gotten anything new from the end of the first chapter.
Okay, so it's obvious to me that Chaos Vamp Girl doesn't understand how to edit stories on fanfiction.net, which is not even a slight against her. Fanfiction.net is horrible for editing stories. But I can think of a way that she could... Using the same rewinding time to tell us something new, things she's been doing, I can think of a much better way to do this, even. Instead of rewinding time twice in this chapter, just do it once and use a third-person narrator.
Yeah, sort of like a recap
Omen felt
thing.
this, he did this, then you describe both of their experiences, then you get to the part you already told us and move on.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
This is like if Groundhog Day was just a 30-second period of time.
Jesus.
Like
crap.
Between when Onyx runs off and when JD kisses her, JD has to figure out what to do to break this time loop.
Oh, God.
Like, I don't know, do I clock Mr. Kelly while running over? Like, is that gonna fix it?
Maybe I just wait and let her sit in there all by herself 30 seconds and come back again. You're like, fuck! Alright.
Yeah. It's like a 2-second mystery version of a Groundhog Day.
Maybe I should stab the Heathers.
Yeah.
Nope.
Yeah.
Well, it was satisfying at least.
Maybe I should do it again.
In 30 seconds? I don't know.
And while thinking of it, the loop restarts.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Just run off. I'll see you in 30 seconds. I gotta think this through.
Yeah.
Give me a couple of minutes.
I've got time.
I kind of want to see that now. Like,
it will be an hour.
30-second Groundhog Day loop.
It will be an hour for me. It will be 30 seconds for you.
Maybe not necessarily see it. Maybe more read it. But like that sounds like
that could be interesting. I guess.
Yeah.
That could be a dumb little fun read.
Maybe with like slightly different mechanics or something. Like maybe you could pull other people out of it. Yeah, but I mean, like maybe you could pull the main character could pull other people out of the loop too, and they could like start working together to try to fix something. Yeah. I don't know.
Because like the thing, and I know this is getting on a tangent, but like the reason I don't like all those Groundhog Day stories is because it takes like a full day, and so like
it's like way too long.
The person writes the same like 5,000 word chapter, but like with 30 seconds, shit's happening quickly enough. That it would be kind of fast-paced.
That I think I once sort of read a fan fiction like that, which was kind of a crossover between Something and Life is Strange, where the main character would like rewind time for like 2 minutes, trying to get 2 people to survive, because in the event either she watched person A kill person B, or she killed person A to prevent person B's death. So she tries to figure out, how do I keep both A and B from killing each other? Or how do I keep A from killing B without killing A?
Yeah.
And that was pretty interesting.
This is what happened in that one Futurama episode.
Yeah, actually.
Fry jumps off the tower.
That's the final Futurama episode.
And tries to reset time, but he can only reset it like 10 seconds back.
Yeah.
You know, we don't have to watch the same 10 minutes of show again, as he slowly realizes, like, it's just happening rapid pace, and like they can get on with it.
They first play it for humor, and then they play it seriously. Mm-hmm. Because they can. It's such a short clip, it doesn't waste our time for them to play it both ways.
Yeah.
Anyway,
that was all started. The whole discussion, that whole tangent, that whole serious, interesting discussion started from this author's shitty decision.
Yeah, from a complete accident. Yeah.
Let's get back to the accident. Yeah. Let's look at the train wreck.
It's a car crash, and I can't stop looking.
Yeah. What's your home life like? Invasive questions, let's go.
I mean, you already invaded my mouth, so sure, I guess.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
He asked carefully when he saw my crestfallen face. My gaze slid to the ground as I began to explain him what it was like.
Why are you crestfallen?
Why
You
is your
just
crest
made out.
fallen? I mean, she didn't give consent.
I guess, but that crestfallen is not the reaction to that.
That's true.
Anger, like annoyance, anything else.
She is totally down with the kiss. This is all about, like, oh man, now that we're best friends, I gotta think about my home life, and that sucks.
I guess. That's weird.
Well, I loved my dad before he went off to war and was killed.
Now I hate him
Yeah.
for
My
leaving
mom-
me.
Whoa. My mom don't even really get... Oh, my mom
No,
don't even
read
get...
it the way you were reading it the first time. Because that's the way I read it.
Yep, same.
My mom don't even really get me started on my mom.
What?
It's like she doesn't even know I'm there anymore. She's a alcoholic and a druggie. I don't want to feel alone anymore.
Bad.
Okay.
Bipolar.
That was bad.
That was weird.
Don't even get me started.
Oh.
Let me start on my mom real quick.
Yeah.
Don't even get me started. I'm against... Yeah.
I'm gonna get myself started.
Sorry, I'm just imagining like 5 different Jake and Amir moments and I
Yeah.
don't know which one to reference. By the time I finished, I was in tears and struggling to keep it together, but he saw right through that and pulled me into his arms, holding me against him as I cried.
Question. How is that him looking or seeing
Yeah, what
through anything? That
what
has
does that
nothing
mean?
to do with that. Well,
Like,
that's not
if-
what that means, Arthur.
If I'm lying to let's say I lie to Yella and he sees right through me, that means that he sees my lies for what they are, lies. But if I tell him the truth and he sees right through me,
That means I'm seeing it wrong.
no, I mean it either means
I
you're
know
seeing it wrong or you're seeing exactly what I said, which is true.
I know you have a dark past, but don't worry. That doesn't mean you're not a good person. You're right. That doesn't mean I'm not.
It doesn't
they're not
mean that.
related.
Good job.
But that's not seeing right through her. That's not what that means.
Like, if this...
Like
if
she
this-
says, I have a dark past. He sees right through that, sees the truth in it, and goes, you have a dark past.
Like, the way this
Cool.
reads, like, what I was expecting is, like, by the time I finished, I was in tears and struggling to keep it together. He saw right through that, and he called me out on my bullshit.
Right, he's like, all right, cut the shit. You don't actually feel that way. I can tell. I'm
You
seeing
actually
right
don't
through
have
your act.
emotions.
All right, be real with me for a second. That's the shit you give to everyone else. I want to see the real shit. What is really going on? Those are the excuses you give to other people. That's what seeing right through them is.
Yeah.
How do you not get
That's-
that idiom? It's pretty common.
Yeah, choose one.
I mean,
Whatever.
whatever.
Oh, well. Why don't you come stay with me? You know, with me, the guy who just fucking moved here, and you don't know, and, no.
I mean, yeah. He asked quietly in my ear as he rocked me backwards and forwards to calm me down as much as he could. He cradled me in his arms and he played nursery rhymes.
Like a little baby.
Do, do, do.
Just like with Im the Ice Queen, I'm just imagining her getting smaller and smaller.
Yeah. Yeah. You do that for me?
Do
I muttered
what?
against his chest, looking up at him from underneath my eyelashes.
Her
God damn it,
5...
Foot-long eyelashes.
Yeah.
Your fucking
She's got
mop
peacock
face.
eyelashes. Yeah.
Also, Yella, you asked you do what for me? He would do you coming and staying with him.
Oh.
Yeah.
I guess.
He nodded his head, not tearing his gaze away from mine as he nodded his head.
He nodded his head, and he
God.
nodded some more.
What the fuck?
Suddenly, I became painfully aware of how close his lips were to mine, and as he was leaning his head down to finally connect his lips with mine...
Finally, this started with you making out!
Yeah, that kind of thing only works if you built up to it. He already kissed you.
It's not like you guys, were slowly leaning closer and closer together, and it's like, oh my god, I can feel his breath on my face. Is this happening? Is this love? No, none of that. He made out with you first, and then started a conversation.
kind of backwards if you think about it.
How do you... Oh my god. This person just throws everything in there without knowing why they're doing it.
Like all the cliches, but none of the motivation.
Yeah, passionate, immediate love, but then the cliche where they're, forming a relationship and
slowly moving
together.
closer and suddenly realizing, oh wow, I can feel his breath on my face.
It's love at first sight plus a meet cute.
Yeah, exactly.
The author at no point thought, wait a second, that doesn't make sense.
That doesn't make any fucking sense.
Wait a second, maybe I should choose one of the two options instead of trying both options at the same time.
The more options you put in, the better your story is.
Right, it's scattershot. Next up, it's going to be like, there's going to be so many... Oh man, how many other love story tropes can we have? Like maybe they also hate each other, but they're slowly falling for each other kind of thing? Maybe we can work that in somewhere?
Like this reminds me of what we found, like what you see on occasion on like the TV tropes forums, where people try to write not trying to maybe avoid tropes or see if there's a name for the things they're trying to do. No, they're trying to make a list of tropes to then
and then trying to check them off their list.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah, this story is adding tropes.
Yeah, it's like
just because
they set out before, instead of outlining their story beforehand, they just wrote a list of tropes they want to do, and they were like, oh, this is what I'm going to do. This is going to be my story. Let me just attach names to these characters and I'm done.
Everyone bullies this character despite her doing nothing and them just sneering at her for no reason.
Right. Trope.
She's got to get bullied.
Yeah.
Unreasonably.
Yeah.
What else has happened?
Love at first sight and slowly blossoming love and running into a janitor's closet. Being interrupted while cutting yourself.
Being interrupted when about to kiss.
Weird time rewinds.
Yeah.
New trope being invented.
New trope. I can't wait to see this in all the popular young adult things.
Oh, God!
The first half of chapter 20 is just the back half of chapter 19, but then with new shit.
Usually retcons happen way after the fact, not during the fact. We're still in the same chapter and you're still retconning shit.
Let's retcon events as they happen.
What?
Oh, God.
Dude, you know what? That makes me think. The ultimate power for, a villain in a story would be the ability to retcon things.
Oh, yeah.
Just retcon things in reality as they happen. No, you're not shooting a gun at me. You have never owned a gun.
No. See, the only way that power could work is if you were retconning things, but, your retcon power's limitation would have to be the end results right now have to be the same. So that you still logically end up here. It's just what happened to get us here is different.
Yeah.
And I don't know how exactly you could use that to do anything.
I don't know,
But it would be kind of neat if you could think of a way to use it.
The villain, does some crimes and is getting tracked down by the police, and he's just walking down the street and the policeman stops him, and then the villain's like, but officer, I didn't do any crimes, I'm here on a fun vacation. And then it's the police guy's
his reason for being here.
The police guy's like, oh right, sorry innocent person, I was chasing someone else and lost them.
Right.
And puts his gun away.
Or maybe the police are trying to track him down and he retroactively changes how he committed the crime so they can't find him.
Retroactively, there were never any fingerprints left on the scene.
Yeah. Oh shit. You could have a really smart villain who figures out how to get
really
the same
clever
results.
Ways, yeah.
How to get the same results, but make it so, the police can't have any evidence or whatever.
Yeah, they can't do anything against them.
They're consciously aware of the fact their evidence is disappearing in front of them and they can't do anything about it.
Yeah, because it's just gone.
You have to literally outsmart this fucking guy.
I mean, are the characters aware in this story that it's getting retconned around them?
No. Not in this story. Not in JD's girl.
One. No.
I don't think even the author recognizes that they're doing it.
Yeah, no. That's the problem here.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. Let's
Moving
pause
back.
with coming up with good, interesting ideas based off.
Yeah, we've done that
horrendous
twice in this
fuck-ups
video.
of this author.
Twice in this video.
And you're welcome to do it in the comments section if you like, but
Yeah,
we're gonna get back to doing what we're supposed to be doing.
Yeah.
Bang! The door to the janitor's closet was thrown open, and it violently was thrown into the wall, leaving a door handle shape in the wall.
No, that's a pretty
like-
shitty wall.
Are these just like drywall? Like
Destruction of school property. The school's made of paper mache or something.
The person I hated the most walked in at that exact moment. Heather Chandler and the rest of her group walked in and sneered at us openly.
So much fucking sneering in this entire story.
So much fucking space in this janitor's closet. You got now
whole
like a
group.
small army gathering in this janitor's closet.
When they remodeled the school, the janitor lobbied to have his own rec room in the closet. It's the janitor's closet, so only he can get in there, but it's got like a couch and a TV and like a mini fridge.
Oh, to outcasts hiding in a janitor's closet, how disgusting.
You don't sound very odd.
I'm having a hard time understanding how I'm supposed to emote that.
Yeah.
Oh, I
She's-
get it. It's supposed to be, aw, two outcasts hiding in a janitor's
God.
closet.
Oh no.
Now I get it. You said aw and two
Stop.
wrong, so I got real confused.
Stop typing the story on your phone in English class and do your worksheets or whatever.
Actually, pay attention in English class. Stop. Well, you know what? Give Mr. Kelly some credit. At least he's trying to educate you.
Yeah.
Talking about the real world equivalent of Mr. Kelly in this case.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She sneered at us, and my cheeks flamed red, and my hands bunched into fists.
God, that is
Okay.
so fucking weird.
I don't want to stop after every line, but
Okay.
every line is bad.
You know,
My hands bunched into fists makes it seem like her hands were like a palm and then like weird noodle fingers sticking out in all directions. And then they all just grouped up.
Bob. What I'm imagining is, okay, so look at your hand. Now make a fist and look at it for a second. Okay, now imagine, go back to open hand. Now imagine that you make a fist with your fingers on the other side of your palm.
or like all your fingers and thumb and shit fuse together, and you've just got a ball as a fist.
Just
then
a ball
with
of
no
flesh.
digits.
Oh, I was thinking more like it just kind of coils up around your stumpy wrist.
Yeah,
Oh.
like your fingers twist sideways and wrap around.
It's like if you imagine having really long fingers, and then when she bunches her hands into fists, it's like having two tangulas at the end of your hand,
Oh. Oh.
yeah.
made of fingers.
You know what? All the imagery we just made. Ugh.
What about
All the
what
mental
about
imagery.
Fine, let's imagine a better image. The cheeks flaming red.
Yeah, just her. I'm just
She just
imagining them
turns on a blowtorch.
spontaneously combusting.
Yeah. Keeping the Pokemon references, you got like Pikachu's electric cheeks, but they're flames instead.
Ooh,
Yeah.
that's good.
Yeah. I felt Jid's hands rubbing my back, trying to calm me down unsuccessfully.
For a second, I got confused. Why isn't he saying JD? And it's like, oh, because they didn't write JD. They wrote Jid.
His hands rubbed my back, trying to calm me down, standing up and pulling JD with me.
Not a full sentence.
Not a full sentence.
They're just. That's just so. You're
Whatever.
just saying your action.
Whatever.
That's just weird.
Whatever.
Okay.
At least I don't depend on my friends to do everything for me, Chandler. I sneered before bolting past her and running down the hallway with JD right behind me, our laughter echoing through the hallways.
Okay.
Okay.
Let me start at the end and work my way back. Through.
Actually, oh
Through
man. Okay, yeah,
that.
go.
Through. Laughter. Past. Sneered. And then what the fuck are you talking about? She doesn't require her friends to do anything. She kicked the door down and insulted you herself. I think I covered everything, right?
Yeah. I was especially drawn towards the.
In case anyone's curious, why are you laughing? There's nothing funny. That's not even a joke.
You didn't even. That wasn't even a good burn. Like, that wasn't even a burn.
It's not even
Or a
like
diss.
haha
Like-
with with JD's love, I can get over the bullies. No, you were getting pissed.
Yeah, you were angry. You were upset. You lost, kind of. Like, fuck.
Through laughter, past.
Yeah.
Okay, I got it.
That's all.
JD's Pav.
She was everything I was looking for.
I think you mean she was everything I was looking for she was.
She was sarcastic, could handle my bad moods, and was sweeter than anything when she wasn't in a bad mood.
She hasn't been sweet, and she hasn't handled your bad moods at all. You've known each other for 10 minutes.
We haven't seen any of this. She's either been quiet and reclusive, or, like, pissed and suicidal.
Oh, fuck. Are we about to get another time skip?
Well, the thing is, I don't even think this is a time skip.
I don't know, man. They never tell us, so we won't find out until later.
Well, okay, so let's find out. Let's continue. Let's find out. Although I saw right through her. I saw the side nobody knew about, not even her herself.
Wow!
Not even the audience? Not even the author?
Nobody.
Nobody.
I was determined to show everyone, including her, what she was truly capable of.
That last part's kind of nice, but the part where you claim to know... Okay. Yeah, that's fair.
Where are we going?
I heard her yell over the roar of my motorcycle.
We did get a time jump.
I smiled slightly, rubbing her leg to comfort her when I heard the slight unease in her voice when she spoke.
Maybe you should have both hands on the handlebars.
We knew she spoke. She did.
Also, maybe you should have told her where you were going when you just took her away on your motorcycle. Also, I think this isn't. I think this isn't that big of a time skip.
Yeah,
like they just ran away and then got on his motorcycle. I think
this time skip is like 30 seconds.
Yeah, I guess.
So, did you just characterized her for yourself?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
This is a new level.
This is your personality,
At
sweetheart.
least in Ice Queen, they went off of the facts they had.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah. To my house was all I had time to say before we were off again. I guess I had just kind of stopped when she asked me that question and then drove off again.
I guess.
Bolting towards the white 2-story house my father had bought for us to use while we were in town.
To use?
As opposed to those times people buy houses for show.
Yeah.
For just, the joy of owning stuff.
Yeah.
Which probable wouldn't be very long. I hated to think about leaving Omen when I had just found her. I think you mean anything.
I think you mean symphony?
I think you mean
Sympathy Symphony.
I think you mean oos.
Oos.
Oos. Oh, oos.
God.
Taking her hand, I led her upstairs to my bedroom. Smiling when I saw our interlocked fingers clinging desperately to each other, afraid to let go.
Fuck is this?
Once we reached my room, I closed the door and sat on the mess I called a bed with her. I was still holding her hand when I heard the quiet sob escape her, causing me to look up at her. My eyes softening when I took in the sight of her. Before I knew what was happening, she was in my lap, her head on my shoulder, my arms wrapped around her waist, and my head on her shoulder.
Alright, I'll take your word for it.
So they're like tangled in each other's flesh?
Yeah.
Is what I got out of that?
They have assimilated.
Yeah.
They are now the biomass. All hail.
Crazy.
Don't leave me.
She whimpered, clinging desperately to me as if I was a ghost getting ready to leave this earth forever. It's probably not like she has abandonment issues considering what happened with her dad.
No, I'm just that hot and sexy and cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I won't ever leave you, was my whispered promise.
Line break. They have a
There we
line
go.
break.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, that's also at the end of the last chapter before the author's note.
Yeah, you only do line breaks to separate the story from the author's notes, right?
Except
Yeah.
at the beginning, only at the end.
Love it, hate it. I kind of liked both versions of it, actually.
I mean, it wasn't bad. It was fun.
Yeah. Review and I'll update as soon as possible. I'd like to apologize for not updating any of my stories sooner. I've been very busy lately, and I hope to update all of my stories at least once this weekend. Can I say two things? One, you had no periods in that, and I hate you for it. But two, that's a reasonable goal, actually.
I mean,
I gotta say, fan fiction authors are usually like, I'm going to update my story, all my stories, every hour on the hour for the rest of time. And we're all like, no, you're not going to be able to accomplish that goal. And then they don't. And that, they want to update all their stories at least once this weekend. Assuming they don't have 100 stories, that seems sort of reasonable.
yeah. Though, I mean, you are invoking the rule, and we don't have a name for it yet, but you are telling us how much you hope to update, which means that there is,
It's an
inverse.
it's inversely proportional. The amount of time it takes for you to update is inversely proportional to your goal for how soon you should update. So if you say you're gonna update tomorrow, that means you're gonna update next year. If you say you're gonna update in the next 20 minutes, you'll never update again.
Well, and you know what? Considering, I mean, we don't know exactly when every chapter was updated,
Right.
but if you look, just real quick, if you scroll up and you look at updated and published, there's a 3-year gap between the start of the story and the last update.
Oos.
Oos. Oos. So, yeah, well, I mean, obviously they updated again. This isn't the end, but
2 more
we'll
chapters.
see what happened next time on JD's Girl.
If you enjoyed watching this video, of course, you can request stories. If you have requests, you can leave them, of course, in the comments below, or you can visit our public Discord server, link in the description, where we have a requests channel for you to leave requests, and where, of course, you can come and hang out with us and a bunch of other cool people who are there. So, yeah.
Thanks for watching.